everyone, it's Jack and Sam from Cultaholic.com, and we're here with part 2 of our WrestleMania weekend non-WrestleMania show predictions.
Technically part 1.
Yes, because it will occur first, but we did our New Japan / Ring of Honor G1 Supercard predictions yesterday. They're out on the channel if you want to see what we've done. And this is our NXT TakeOver New York predictions, and the scores of both will be combined to determine the ultimate winner and the ultimate loser. And of course, the loser must always face a forfeit or a punishment. And to vote for the options, you can head to patreon.com/Cultaholic. The options are
wasabi milk.
Wasabi milk. Of course, there's wasabi in the wasabi milk.
Yeah.
As one of the comments said.
And then there is New York chops.
New York chops or New Jersey chops, who knows? It's the same. And the third one is electric dog collar, electric shock dog collar. Oh,
yeah, that's going to be
naughty. So yes, once again, to vote for all of those, head to patreon.com/Cultaholic. Now, let's crack on with our predictions for NXT TakeOver New York. So first of all, we're starting with the North American Championship match, pitting Matt Riddle against the champion Velveteen Dream. Sam, who have you got and why?
Matt Riddle.
Okay.
Because, like, Ciampa's gone. Gargano, like, you'll find out later what my stance is on that whole thing.
Ooh.
But it feels like they're fast-tracking to the stories that they were going to have anyway on the line, because they've got to sort of do that now. And I think, Velveteen Dream could be champion right now, and he could hold the belt for a very long time.
You mean main NXT champion? Right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it makes perfect sense to give Riddle the North American belt, and gives him something to fight for and defend. And then when he has his first big loss, it's going to be like, ooh. But I've gone for Riddle. I'm
also going to go for Matt Riddle, pretty much echoing what you said. And also, he's not lost yet.
Not that I can remember or I'm aware of.
Or he certainly hasn't been pinned or submitted.
Yeah.
And I just think that, maybe Velveteen Dream will weasel his way out of it somehow, but that's not very Velveteen. Like, he's more of a babyface these days. But even if he does, then Riddle will still get the win and will still get the points. So that's why I've also gone for Matt Riddle. I was hoping that you'd go for Dream and I could be like, haha, but...
I watch NXT every week, man.
Yes, that's fair enough.
Next up, we have the match for the WWE United Kingdom Championship. It pits Pete Dunne, the current champion. Oh, he's had that belt for such a long vegan time, against Walter, big, dirty Daddy Walter. Who you got and why?
Walter.
Yeah.
All day. It's the only one of these that I'm fully confident on. I think I have all these predictions. One of maybe 2 matches, but we'll get to that. But this one is the one I'm most certain on. I think that it'll still be excellent, and I don't think that, that me being so sure that Walter's going to win is going to take away from the match too much. I still think it could be absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. But it seems like this is finally Pete Dunne's time to lose the belt and move on to NXT
Actual
proper.
NXT.
Yes. Where I'm sure he'll be fantastic, as he always is. But I think that Walter's the first real competitor, the first real challenger to come along to Pete Dunne, who I can see becoming the new Pete Dunne on NXT UK, the new big dominant guy, and it's like, how the hell do we beat him? And then when someone eventually does beat him, the chain continues. I just think he's the perfect position, he's got all the attributes to be in that role, and I just think it's pretty cut and dry for me, but they could always shock you. But I think the right move here, and I think the one that is going to happen, is for Walter to win. What about you?
Yeah, you can't just have a belt and have one guy hold it.
Right.
You can't do that. And I think my mentality on this match comes from a place of worry as well. A little bit of a place of worry. In the sense of, Pete Dunne is the only guy they've really bit the bullet with.
Right.
From the UK. He's the only guy that it's like, he's going to be the big guy, and he's got the belt and everything. And obviously there's Mustache Mountain and everything, but Pete Dunne seems to be the guy. Whereas if you get the belt on Walter, and Walter wins, and he takes it back to NXT UK, that belt can stay in NXT UK and off TV until it's needed.
Right.
So it means that the belt can move around that company and actually start to feel like more of a promotion.
Okay.
But I guess in my head, because I'm always so negative and a bit weird, it sort of gives me the fear of maybe that just goes over there, and then if things
forget about it.
And if it gets forgotten about, and if things don't work out for the expansion idea, then no harm, no foul.
Wow.
There's not a belt to get rid of on TV. But mainly, I just think that Pete Dunne's going to lose because Walter's going to smash his face in.
Yeah.
It's about time he drops the belt. He needs to move on.
But he's had some fantastic matches with the belt, of course. But yes, I think so as well. Next up, the NXT Tag Team Championship match between the champions, the War Raiders, and the challengers, the winners of the Dusty Rhodes Classic 2019, Aleister, and main roster superstars, Aleister Black
their own right,
and Ricochet, who of course are also doing double duty on WrestleMania weekend because they're in the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match against the Usos, Rusev and Nakamura, and The Bar, I want to say, but I'm not certain on that, against 3 other teams. But we're talking about War Raiders versus Ricochet and Aleister Black. Sam, who have you got and why?
War Raiders.
Right.
Because they're going up against main roster superstars. And I think, what's the point of taking them up to the main roster and keeping the NXT belts on them? Right. They're just going to have to keep coming down to defend them or going to takeovers to defend them. And, I can see them coming out at Mania for the belts, but why? Like, it's a mess anyway that they're challenging for both sets of belts over one weekend. Like, that confuses me a lot. But, like, I just see War Raiders, because, they're War Raiders. They're big, hard buggers.
Yeah.
Like, they ran through 2 teams on NXT in about a minute and a half this week.
Right.
Like, I think they are going to be down in NXT a bit longer. It makes more sense for me to keep the belt on them and then have some other team come back through to get the belt, undisputed, somebody else. Because realistically, once the superstar shakeup happens, you're probably never going to see Ricochet and Aleister Black on NXT TV again, or at least not for a long time.
Yeah. I agree. I'm going to go for the War Raiders as well. But I just think sometimes NXT throws up a match result where you go, where did that come from?
Yeah.
And it's really hard to predict when it's going to happen. I don't think it'll be this one, but I bet Triple H has toyed with the idea of doing it.
Him and Michaels just come down and win them.
Yes. Suck it! Yeah. No, I think that he's toyed with the idea probably. He's probably thought, how cool would it be to have the NXT champions come out of WrestleMania and be in a different match for a different set of belts? But I don't think it's actually going to happen. Also, the War Raiders haven't held the titles for that long.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel that long since they won them from, I think it was the Undisputed Era. And, they deserve to have more of a reign as well. So I'm also going to go for the War Raiders, cautiously. Catchy monkey.
Next up, we have a fatal 4-way match for the NXT Women's Championship, which pits the current champion Shayna Baszler against Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, and Bianca Belair. Oh, she likes to smack her mouth in promos, and it really annoys me. She goes like, and it's like, manners.
I'm going for.
Go on.
I'm going for. Right. So, all of this week, I've been thinking, it's Belair's time. Bianca Belair, she's gonna do it. She's gonna win. And then I started to think, no, Shayna's gonna retain. And then I watched NXT. Still thinking that Belair is really going to be my pick. Yeah. And then it all happened, and Io Shirai grabbed the belt and held it up and stuff, and I thought, this is a double bait and switch. I'm going for Io Shirai. It's risky. It's risky business. It is.
Yeah. James Touchwood.
Hey, I think that Io Shirai is going to win, and it'll lead to a feud between Io Shirai and Kairi Sane.
Right.
And that'll be like a hell of a match because they've been the 2 aces of stardom for so long. They know each other inside out, and I just think it'll be fantastic to see. The only thing that worries me is that this is a really hard match to predict. Like, watching that NXT match, right? I like Bianca Belair, I think she's great. Yeah. But watching it, I just was watching it thinking, she's not quite there yet. She's not quite there.
Like, everybody raves about her, and I just feel
great.
I feel just a bit like I don't quite see it yet. Like her with the belt. I just don't think she's had that sort of major storyline yet, because it's just been like, that's my belt. Well, but then, no, it's not.
In all fairness,
no, it's my belt. Okay.
In all fairness, though, I thought the same about Shayna Baszler when she first won it. So, maybe you can always be proven wrong. And they've done it before. Like Sasha Banks won it in a 4-way when the other 3 women looked more likely, and it just sort of. And then she went. She's one of the best NXT Women's Champions ever. Yeah. But I'm just going to go for Io Shirai. I just think that. That whole her grabbing the belt and stuff, I reckon that was Triple H sending out a direct message to me going, this is going to fool Jack. He doesn't think that she's going to win because she's held the belt. Well, she is. It's the riskiest prediction, I think, that I'm making out of this and the New Japan show. Yeah. Well, I'm going for Io. I believe in you, Io. Oh, God. Sam, who have you gone for and why?
I don't believe in Io Shirai at all. Look, the thing is, on NXT this week, there was this huge brawl. So what happened was Kairi Sane was taking on Bianca Belair, 2 of the women that are going to be in the match, obviously, and down came Shayna and the Horsewomen.
Yeah.
Then out came the whole women's locker room to, break it all. They finally had enough of Shayna's crap. But right as Io Shirai's raising the women's title in the ring, Kairi Sane looks at her and she sort of gives herself this worried look of, I'm going to have to kick her head in.
Oh.
And I think what's going to happen is they're going to get caught up fighting each other.
Right.
Shayna's going to capitalise and Shayna's going to retain the belt.
She's going to be Bianca Belair, essentially. Right. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
This is one of the more intriguing matches on the show, to be honest, because it's like so many different things can happen. I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Plus, NXT is the cooler younger brother of WrestleMania, and it needs to be like Empire. It needs a big sad moment.
Right.
So I think Shayna retaining because it just fuels that hatred from the women's locker room.
Okay.
It fuels it so much more, and
makes sense.
Gonna go with Shayna. She's not steered me wrong yet.
No, you always pick. Yeah, fair enough. And finally, what I assume will be the main event, the NXT Championship match for the vacant title between 2 out of 3 falls between Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole. Baby. Sam, who have you got and why?
Well, it's 2 out of 3 falls because they said they needed a decisive result, Triple H said. But then there was this huge promo with Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole, and he was like, it's not going to be a decisive result, it's going to be undisputed. Because that was so baller. No,
I'm going for Adam Cole.
Again, it ties into what I was saying earlier. So, it feels like because of what's happened to Ciampa, they fast-tracked everything to the point where it's like, well, we were going to get it on Cole at one point, so just get it on Cole and let's work out where we're going from there. They'll already know what they're doing, down the line, so all they've done is removed, say, 2 months of booking and went...
Yeah.
So I think you put that belt on Cole, you get Johnny out of there, because now that Ciampa's gone, I don't want to see him wasting away on NXT. Not that he would waste away on NXT, I think I've seen everything Johnny Gargano can do in NXT.
Right.
And I think it's about time that he goes up to the main roster.
Yeah.
So I'm going for Adam Cole.
I agree with specifically the point where you said we've seen all we can from Johnny. We've seen him be a pure babyface, we've seen him be a heel, we've seen him be various types of tweener.
Yeah.
And I just think that there's not much more left to explore for him. And I think in my heart, right, I would really love it for Gargano to have this moment that he's deserved because he's had so many good matches and so many good storylines over the past year or two. And but realistically, going forward with the booking, I think it'll be more fresh to have Adam Cole as the champion. Yeah. And sort of, he's got his minions around him and they don't do it. Obviously, in this match, I wouldn't be annoyed with either result at all. But I think that it feels more fresh for Adam Cole to be front and center in NXT. Because even though Ciampa was the champion, it kind of felt like Gargano was the main character of NXT in a way. And I think that Adam Cole, it's his time to sort of take over from that. But it's a match that's really hard to call. And I'm really relieved we've gone for the same person. But even though we've picked a lot of the same ones, we've differed on one there. I think that that shouldn't really worry anybody watching because we differ on. If you haven't watched the New Japan video, we differ on so many calls. I think we differ on 6 or 7. So this will be a nice little teaser. It was who's got the lead going into New Japan, and then everything's just going to go to
hell.
So yes, really looking forward to the show. I think it's going to be absolutely excellent. Could be a match of a show of the year candidate. Yeah, it's just got such a good card. If you want to watch it along with us, we'll be streaming that on Friday night, streaming our reactions on Friday night on the YouTube channel. And I can't really think of much more to say. No. It's going to be excellent.
Yeah, hit the end card.
Thanks very much for watching and let us know what you think in the comments section down below. You can follow Cultaholic on Twitter at Cultaholic and on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do, then please do check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Cultaholic, where you can pledge. And don't forget, of course, most importantly of all, to hit subscribe and to join us.